my friends, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. In our last video, we did end our day still in Camp McCarran, wandering around, meeting everyone, picking up new quests, all of those fun new things. I do still have the quest "You Can Depend on Me" flagged, because I still need to deliver an invoice to Dr. Hildern, and I believe they are located over here, because that's where the quest is telling me to go. Talk to Thomas Hildern. So let's save and get on that, and then we'll maybe go explore upstairs. Hello, ma'am. Angela Williams.
You're new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Angela.
Hi.
Williams. Were you just looking around, or...?
What is this place?
This? The OSI lab. We don't get many visitors. The smell puts people off, I think. Nobody ever said science would smell clean and fresh. Anyway, you get used to it if you give it some time.
Are you a scientist?
I know I don't sound the part. Get raised by Brahmin ranchers and you never lose the twang. Drives Hildern crazy. But I know every inch of the power grid from Hoover Dam to Shady Sands.
Really?
That's what we do here. Try to optimize the power output from the dam. Some of the others are working on an agricultural project, but truth be told, they aren't making much progress. Not yet, anyway.
Have you noticed any changes in the power grid since I futzed around with Helios 1, I think? Well, what's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
Need help with anything?
You mean give you work? No, that'd be up to the administrator, Hildern. He's back there in his office. Between you and me, I don't think he ever leaves. Plenty of mercs go in to see him, though.
Oh. Mercenaries? What for?
I can't say. We're not supposed to talk about the research. Not the details. If you're interested, I'm sure he'd see you.
Okay, bye.
Nice to meet you. If you need anything, I'm almost always in the lab.
Okay. But you won't give me any job or anything. Is Veronica still with us? She is still with us. Hi, Veronica. Okay, let's save and talk to Thomas Hildern.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Thomas Hildern, Director of Operations, OSI East. I presume you're here about Vault 22?
Yes, that's right. No, this is the first I've heard about Vault 22. Depends on how much you're paying. Actually, I have an invoice to you from Alice McLafferty. Let's go with the second one.
No, they wouldn't have briefed you, would they? Probably better that our junior fellows stay within the bounds of their pay grade anyway.
What?
Vault 22. Where to begin?
The beginning? Ideally, save the sales pitch. Just tell me what you want me to do. First one.
Imagine, if you will, the wasteland in bloom. Vast fields of corn that grow from seeds and produce their bounty in the space of a month. Orchards of trees, their branches weighed halfway to the ground, hung with fat, ripe oranges, a harvest that could feed a city or a nation. And all this, requiring no more than a few drops of precious water and the efforts of only a handful of human farmers. Impossible?
Is that a creation kit you're talking about? But I guess nothing's impossible, right?
Precisely. Science has proven that truth 1,000 times over, but how many wasteland savages believe it? Present company accepted, of course. The bounty I described to you is no idle fantasy. It exists in primitive form only a few miles from where we stand. We need only reach out and unlock its secret. For that, the OSI needs you.
Scientific discovery is never so simple as that. It's not. Tell me more. This all sounds a little hard to believe. What do you need me to do? All of these things, but tell me more.
Good. I thought I sensed the kindred soul in you, beneath the wasteland veneer. I believe that the inhabitants of Vault 22 unlock the secrets of vegetative growth. Plants are spilling from their gate. No one tends them. No one waters them. Yet they multiply and spread in all directions. Find the reason for this miraculous growth, and I promise you the OSI will see that you are generously compensated.
This doesn't sound like my kind of job. I'll think about it. All right, I'll do it. Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it, obviously.
Good. No need to check in with the NCR authorities. I can authorize your payment from OSI accounts. Vaults typically contain a server room on a lower level. where they would have backed up their research data. A computer room, you understand? Download all the information on the central server to your Pip-Boy, and you'll be certain to bring me any notes or samples that you find, won't you?
Anything else I should know?
I thought it was a fairly straightforward assignment. It's a simple question of retrieving the data, which shouldn't prove overly challenging. Downloading the data will be handled by your Pip-Boy. You might think of yourself as a mere means of conveyance. No insult intended, of course.
I feel like I was slightly insulted, but I got a new quest for this. I had other questions, though.
Oh? What might those be?
Tell me more about the OSI.
The Office of Science and Industry. It's a rather expansive topic. I could talk for hours, but I'm sure I'd bore you. Suffice to say, we are the leading edge of the NCR. Our work focuses on practical matters: medicine, engineering, biology. The dam, for instance. OSI routes its energy supply to our cities in the West. That's only one responsibility of this office.
You said you were the director of OSI. Do you control the dam from here? What other responsibilities does his office have? A second one.
Directly? No. But we attempt to maximize its output. You have no idea how difficult it is to provide power to an entire nation. Fortunately, we also have the Helios 1 facility. One of our external contractors recently got the station up and running. His name was something like Exceptional or Marvelous.
It was me! It was me. No, that was me. I fixed Helios 1.
I see. Of course you did.
He doesn't believe me. You said you were the director of OSI?
Director of the entire OSI? Me? If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to plant seditious ideas in my head. No, I direct our eastern operations. I've been responsible for squeezing unprecedented levels of power from the dam. I'm also confronting the problem of food production in what little spare time I have, but I've found some promising leads.
You're doing all... NCR has a food shortage? Let's try it.
Not yet, but our government understands the value of proactive thought. Our studies project an imbalance between production and consumption. Or, for a layman such as yourself, not enough food, too many mouths to feed. Mass starvation in a decade or so.
Oh, great. You're researching all these problems yourself?
Yes, with the assistance of my team, of course.
I feel like he's a delegator. He delegates and then claims the work of his subordinates as his own, right? You know, like they do all the hard work and he just gets all the glory. Anyway, what other responsibilities does this office have?
We aid some programs the Republic has sponsored involving sharecropper farms in the area. But those haven't panned out too well from what I hear. There have been complaints about the amount of water we're supplying. But those are just excuses for lack of diligence, I'm sure.
What do you think of NCR's chances against the Legion?
To be frank, I have no idea. I leave the fighting to Colonel Shu, and I expect him to leave the science to me. Too many people have opinions on things they know nothing about. And the more ignorant they are, the more opinions they have.
Okay, I have other... no, other questions. Bye. Oh, I still gotta turn in a quest.
Yes, goodbye.
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientists, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several data banks of information on this machine.
Continue?
Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several data banks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Okay. I still turn in my quest here.
Yes? Something else you needed?
I have an invoice for you from Alice McLafferty.
From Alice? I'll see that she's paid right away. Crimson Caravan runs a tight operation. Even out here in the waste, wouldn't do to keep them waiting. Was there anything else? Or were you just here about the invoice?
I guess that's it for right now. Return to Alice McLafferty and let her know you've delivered the invoice. Okay.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Did Dr. Hildern... This really isn't any of my business, but... Did he give you a job?
Yes. He asked me to get some data from Vault 22. Why so interested? You're right. It's none of your business, lady. First one.
I shouldn't say anything. I know that. But you're not the first person Hildern sent out to the vault. There were a lot of mercs, one after another. None of them came back.
Of course they didn't.
Then about a week ago, there was a scientist, Keeley. She's unusual. Not the sort of person you'd expect, but she's an absolute genius. And he didn't mention her? Not even her name?
No.
Or any of the other mercs?
No. No, Hildern didn't mention anyone else. Maybe Hildern and I need to have another talk. Yeah, it never came up. Doesn't bother me. Middle one.
No, wait. I don't mean to see any harm come to Dr. Hildern. Unless by talk, you just mean talk.
Yeah?
Listen, I make a fair wage, but I'm not rich. Not by any means. Maybe my kind of money wouldn't appeal to your average merc. But I'm willing to pay you if you'll find Keeley and make sure she's safe. Isn't right leaving her out there. No idea if she's alive or dead.
I'll look for her. I'll try, but no promises. Not my yeah, I'll try, but I can't promise she's alive.
That's all I ask. She might even be able to help you. As long as you don't speak too well of Dr. Hildern.
I have questions.
Of course. Anything.
Can you tell me anything else about Keeley?
Keeley's brilliant. An absolute genius. She plays at being mean, but it's all a front. When you've lived as long as she has, you get defensive around new people. Who wants to make a friend when you know you'll outlive them?
Oh, she's probably a ghoul then? Yeah, exactly how old is Keeley?
I couldn't get her to say, but she talked about the war. The Great War, when the bombs fell, like she'd been there. So I'm guessing pretty old. 200 years? Maybe more.
How do Keeley and Hildern get along?
Like a Brahmin and a Deathclaw, though I'm not sure which would be which. Bad analogy, maybe. They're both Deathclaws in their way. Keeley hates Hildern. She says he's more politician than scientist and gets in the way of true discovery. And Hildern hates Keeley because every time they meet, she makes him look like an ass. In front of important people, usually.
What's your role here?
Head researcher. Mostly on the dam project, but I help out on other things when they need me. Gotta be flexible.
What do you think of Dr. Hildern?
The director? He's very well-spoken and knowledgeable.
That's not a Okay, he seemed focused on results, maybe not so much on people. Yeah, that is accurate.
He's not what you'd call warm, unless he wants something from you. And even then, it's kind of a cold warm. Most of the time, I focus on the science and try to forget him. He doesn't get mixed up in any actual work, though he tells people that he does.
So Dr. Hildern takes credit for your work? See, I called it.
He sure does. Everyone knows it. I've just got to endure this job until the project is finished. But abandoning Keeley, he crossed a line. Taking credit for other people's work is one thing. Sending people to die in the waste is another. If Hildern tries to recruit any more mercs, I'm gonna warn them. What can he do to me? I'm the only one who can run this lab.
I hear the food around here is pretty bad.
It's foul, to tell the truth. Most people try to get what they can from the outside, even if it's just a smuggled candy bar now and then. Contreras is a genius. He can find almost anything you'd want. Takes caps to get him motivated, though. He won't do a thing for free.
Bye?
Right. Stay safe.
Okay, so there stands the grass. I need to go into Vault 22 and download the research data found there, and then also optionally find Keeley, a researcher who has gone missing at Vault 22. Is this the one? No, it's not that one. Vault 22 is over there. Okay. Well, let's go back and talk to Dr. Hildern.
Yes? Something else you needed?
I'm not the first person you've sent to Vault 22, am I?
I never said you were. You've been speaking to Williams, haven't you?
Yes. Yes, I have. What difference does it make? No, Williams didn't tell me anything. Yeah, I'm the one asking the questions, Dr. Hildern.
Fair enough. Begging your pardon, but this is beginning to feel like an interrogation. No, you aren't the first person I've sent to the vault. I'm sorry that I neglected to tell you, but I don't see how it makes any difference.
It does matter because then I know that there's probably serious danger there. How many others have you sent to the vault? I prefer to know what I'm getting myself into. Maybe I should cancel it. I want double the caps or spread word that you're full of shit. Ooh, well, I need the money. We'll do that in a second, but first one.
I'd have to consult my records. 8, 10. Your point is what?
It doesn't trouble you that you sent 8 or 10 people to their deaths? No, I'm going to go with no, it doesn't bother him.
I have no evidence that they're dead. 1,000 things could have happened between here and the vault. They could have changed their minds and walked away. I wouldn't be much of a scientist if I leapt to conclusions without proof.
Okay, now let's do the speech option.
All right. I'll admit that it's been difficult to find anyone willing to enter the vault. And I'd rather get the data sooner than later. You have a deal. I'll double your reward if you bring me the data. But this is as high as my budget will allow.
Okay.
Now, I know your time is valuable, so I won't waste any more of it. Feel free to show yourself out.
Even the stupid NCR is investing in new research. We're getting left in the dust.
Oh, you're chatty again.
You know, I've been thinking. The real problem with the Brotherhood is that we isolate ourselves. Our training is top-notch, our technology gives us an advantage, but when it all comes down to it, we're losing because we shun the outside world. We always make enemies, never allies. We refuse to recruit outsiders or see the value in their simpler technologies.
None of that's going to change. It's part of the Brotherhood's identity. Why don't you do something about it? The Brotherhood has to isolate itself. Its knowledge is dangerous. No, the middle one.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about what kind of role we could take on that would give us the best chance of survival. But I think things are starting to come together. I know the odds aren't good, but I gotta try. I can't lose them.
Okay. Questions? Nope. All right, I guess that's it.
Hello.
Hi.
If you can find Keeley and keep her safe, I'll pay you what I can. I gave my word, and I meant it.
All right. Nope. Okay, I have some quests here that I want to work on, but they have to do with the Legion. And Boone loves to kill Legion people, and it sounds like we might be killing some Legion people. So I feel like I need to go and get him. And he was going back to Novac. So let's go back here. I'll dismiss Veronica, pick up Boone, maybe sell some items at the same time. Well, here, let me dismiss her right now. Back up.
What's up?
Here we go.
Why does everyone always say that?
It's just for a little while. I just think we should right now.
Okay, then I guess I'll be back at the 188. Maybe digging in some dirt for scrap metal or something.
Okay. Lost her perk. Let's go pick up Boone. And then... I need to sell some items. Oh, great.
Welcome.
Cliff is still here.
Welcome back.
I killed Jeannie Mae. Do I still get a discount? I don't think we need to bring that up. I don't want all your rocket souvenirs.
Sure.
Let me get a bunch of other stuff though, if I can. All right, I didn't get too much out of him, but I sold a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. All right, Boone.
Is it time?
It is time. Let's travel together.
I'm ready when you are.
Great. My spotter perk, which his perk is the one that was highlighting things red. You guys told me that. I mean, maybe if I read the perks when I got them, that might help. While Boone is a companion, hostile targets are highlighted whenever the player is actively aiming. That I like the picture to go along with it. That's great. Okay, now I want to go back up to my room. And as much as I love my space helmet, I feel like right now I need the extra perception. So let me pick up my submachine gun, and then I'm gonna drop off some other stuff and take a nap, and I'll meet you when all of that is finally done. All right, well, I have dropped off my bags, had a little bit of a snooze. It's still early morning, but I figured since we're out and about, maybe on our way back to Camp McCarran, I could stop off at the New Vegas Medical Clinic and progress the I think it was I put a spell on you? It's the one about Betsy. I don't hurt anymore. Completely different quest. Well, let's talk to Dr. Usanagi and see what she has to say about all this.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
No, you're very pricey. Corporal Betsy from 1st Recon will be coming to you for mental treatment.
Mental trauma can be just as debilitating as physical injuries. Fortunately, I'm well qualified in such treatment. I'll make time in my schedule.
Great. Did I complete? I did complete.
Take care.
Well, that was nice. Okay.
Morning.
So, I put a spell on you. I think that was the one about... Oh, I can't remember. It might have... It's either the one about the prisoner or the one about the... What's the word? The spy they might have, or somebody, an infiltrator. That's what it was. But I have this quest as well. You can depend on me for Alice McLafferty, and I can turn that one in too.
Morning.
Morning. She's still here, but she's not stuck anymore. Oh.
Welcome back.
Hi. I delivered the invoice just as you asked.
Well, you've proven yourself reliable so far. Would you be interested in more important jobs?
Oh, sure. What other work do you have available?
As much as I like to handle matters personally, I can't be everywhere at once. There is a negotiation with a smaller trading outfit that I'd like resolved as quickly as possible.
Okay.
There's also the matter of Henry Jameson, an employee whose services I'd rather do without. His family connections make it difficult, however. And finally, I need someone to acquire the gunrunner's manufacturing specifications. This job needs to be quiet. No alarms, no deaths.
Oh, that's scary. Tell me about the negotiation.
There's a small trading outfit, Cassidy Caravans, that I'm interested in acquiring. They've been rather competitive, so it's time to buy them out. I have it on good authority that the owner, Cass, wants out of the caravan business. Cass frequently trades with the NCR, so you'll likely find her at the Mojave outpost.
Yeah, I know exactly where she is. She's at the bar. I want to know more about the problem with Henry Jameson.
The Jamesons are very wealthy ranchers back in Redding, California, and significant investors in the Crimson Caravan Company. I was pressured into posting young Henry as the manager of the New Vegas branch. As you can see, he wasn't exactly cut out for the job. He was much more interested in gambling and prostitutes, and because of his family, I can't simply fire him. Henry needs to be convinced to quit, one way or another. I won't have a useless employee on the company payroll.
But aren't you running the New Vegas branch of the Crimson Caravan? So basically he's just here collecting a paycheck and not doing anything. I feel like I've just restated what she already said. Yeah, I can take care of that. What's the gunrunner job about? That sounds dangerous.
The quality of the gunrunners' armaments is due to their manufacturing process. They craft all weapons on site. I want to know the secrets of their manufacturing process, which means you'll need to find some way to get inside their heavily guarded factory.
Oh.
I would greatly prefer that you perform this job undetected and without killing anyone, if it can be helped.
She said preferred. Not that, I had to do it that way. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Was there something else?
You'll have to find someone else for the gunrunner's job? That's not something I can do? I can try. I need to be reminded about the job he wanted me to do. I was shot in the head. I forget things.
Of course. Which one?
That's it. Goodbye.
It's been a pleasure.
All right. So I was going to get my sneak up. That will help when I want to do sneaky things. And continue. All right. Level 12. What new options do I have? Alertness. You learn to keep your senses alert to any danger when crouched and not moving. You gain a +2 to your perception attribute to help you find enemies before they find you. Fast metabolism. With the fast metabolism perk, you gain a 20% health bonus when using stim packs. With the robotics expert perk, you do an additional 25% damage to any robot. But even better, sneaking up on a hostile robot undetected and activating it will put that robot into a permanent shutdown state. Okay. Silent running. With the silent running perk, running no longer factors into a successful sneak attempt. I don't know what that means. Because does that mean I no longer have to be sneaking? I need to investigate that one. Sniper. With the sniper perk, your chance to hit an opponent's head and VATS is significantly increased. I probably should get that one, but there's so many other ones I also want to get. Let me poke around. Okay, I think for now I'm going to go with finesse because it gives me a higher chance to score a critical hit on an opponent in combat, equivalent to 5 extra points of luck. I feel like I got that in Fallout 3, and I think it did pretty well. So let me see my stats. I've got sneak up. I think the next I need to I may try and get speech up some more the next time I level. My science and lockpick are getting there, but if I can find some more magazines, that'd be great. Oh, but my updates to you can depend on me. So go back to cast and negotiate, find this Henry Jameson person, and then optionally go to do gunrunner. So it sounds like if it's too hard for me, I don't have to do it. Heartache by the number also updated. Return to cast and see if you can get her to part with the title for Cassidy Caravans. Okay. But I wanted to go back to Camp McCarran. Yes, here we go. Can I fast travel from here? I can. Okay. I wonder if there's any updates from talking to... Whoa. After talking to the Dr. Usanagi about Betsy. Oh, here we go. Here's her... Oh, no, this just is her. Hi, Betsy.
I've been seeing Usanagi, and things are better. I'm not so angry all the time, you know?
Okay.
And, I'm not trying to jump every woman in camp. Well, not all the time, anyway.
Bye.
Yeah. Try not to get killed.
Howdy. What brings you back?
Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
As a matter of fact, it's funny that you'd ask. A couple nights back, I was on watch in the yard. Got myself a habit of looking all around, not just where I'd expect to find trouble. Old habit, but it saved my hide on occasion. Round about 1 in the morning, I spied some lights in the control tower.
Oh.
Now, that's the 3rd time I've spied those lights, mind you. And every time I ask about it, they tell me the place was empty. I'm just saying, didn't look empty to me.
Thank you for the information.
No trouble at all. Might be nothing. Couple frisky young folks looking for a quiet place to snuggle up. That light is mighty consistent. Always there at 1 a.m. Might be worth a look.
Okay, bye.
Always a pleasure. Keep yourself safe.
You are very observant of everything.
You remember me, right? The 10 of spades, first recon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the Bitterroot?
Didn't think you'd be back. What's this about?
Like, aren't you just a Mr. Grump?
All right.
What can I do for you?
Okay, I guess no updates. Who am I looking for again in here? I need to talk to Captain Curtis. And he was the guy on the other side, so that's why I'm supposed to go in over here.
What is it?
Hello, sir.
What is it?
Come on. Colonel Shu wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Well, where should I start?
You want my advice?
Yes.
Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself.
Oh, really?
Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Who should I be talking to about the intelligence leaks again? I forgot.
Well, I'll leave that to you. But I would recommend Lieutenant Boyd and Sergeant Contreras as two people who usually know what's going on around here.
Yeah, I already talked to somebody else, and he seemed to have an idea as well.
Later.
Okay, so I needed to ask around about suspicious activity at Camp McCarran. So nobody, my pit boy isn't saying anybody in particular, but I did finish talking to everybody down here on Friday, I believe. So I needed to go upstairs to find somebody who's interrogating someone about Caesar's Legion. Oh, okay. Corporal Walter Hornsby?
Boyd's in there with a prisoner right now. Boy, is she pissed.
Yeah, and she's also going to give me an update on I put a spell on you. Well, let's look around out here. The jail. MP confiscated goods trunk. Yeah, it's locked very hard. I'm not going to be able to get into that anytime soon. Okay, well, let's go talk to Lieutenant Carrie Boyd.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Yes? Who are you?
Not big on reading name tags, huh? That's okay. My name is long and difficult to pronounce. Ready for it? It's Boyd. Lieutenant Boyd to my friends. Colonel Shu has me handling the policing duties for the base. I've told him he could make my job a whole lot easier if he would just let me shoot anyone who talks back to me. But you know how colonels can be.
I mean, first of all, you aren't even wearing a name tag, lady. So there's that. Second of all, no, you can't just go killing anybody you'd like. Do you need any help, or have you noticed anything suspicious? Yeah, that one.
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious?
I don't know.
I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
Oh, he's the guy who is in the vault that I needed to... When I go to the vault, if I'm killing somebody... I go to the vault, I kill somebody, and see if he's still around. I feel like that's the correct order of the thought process I'm trying to make out loud. Anyway, what else can you tell me about Anders?
I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to.
Anyone else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see what I can find out about Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gomorrah. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Dazzle. Her name's Dazzle. Tell me about the break-ins. But yeah, this is the second guy who's missing that you guys need me to go find. You're missing lots of people left and right, aren't you? But I think it was the whitewash was the new quest I got. I'll look at it in a minute. But tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military base love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you be willing to give me the control tower access key so I can check it out?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
Old communications equipment, is it working? Because if it is, then they could be communicating to somebody not here, obviously. But anyway, you said there have been thefts.
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for your missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
Okay. Do you need any other help?
Yeah. So far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Yeah, he's right over there. Is that a big deal? I mean, I'm guessing it is.
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured.
Jeez.
They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means? He wanted to get captured for reasons, I'm assuming?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way, and I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Why don't you just beat your prisoner senseless? Have you tried calling him hurtful names? What about a truth drug? Oh, we gotta try the last one.
Yes, and one time I thought I saw a tear when I told him his uniform was unflattering. But I think he just got some dust in his eye.
You're a very bad man, sir. What about a truth drug?
Don't have anything like that. Sounds nice. Like the kind of thing I'd want to take home and use on my husband. But even if we did, I don't know that I'd be comfortable using it. If there's any risk of overdose, it's not worth it. Asshole's too valuable.
Okay. Why don't you just beat him senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
You don't want to use a truth drug because it's potentially too dangerous. But beating him senseless is totally okay. So you want me to do what you can't, right?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro.
Okay.
Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
I object to the use of violence against prisoners of war. I do, actually. But this is a video game, so let's embrace the ridiculousness, right? Okay, let's get started.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
Okay.
Long time no see, Silus.
Lieutenant. I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
Oh.
I'll pass.
Do you know what I love about our slave collars, Lieutenant?
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top and bottom. Know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles?
Not quite. If you fit it just right, their body never gets used to the feeling of wearing it. It cuts in just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in.
Oh.
You can pick them up from the locker on your way out.
Boo! Do I... Hang on. Does it do it automatically for me? It did most of them automatically for me. That's strange. Okay, let's save before I talk to this guy. Silus.
What an ugly little worm you are. What pile of excrement did the lieutenant pluck you from, worm?
I'm with the Legion. I'm here to kill you before you talk. No, I think you're confused. I'm with the excrement right now. You're about to tell me everything you know, Silus? Uh-oh, now you've made me angry. Oh, I don't want to do the intelligence one. Let's try the speech one.
You must have some reason to be in your line of work. Tell me, what did the Legion do to you? Did we enslave your children? Slaughter your family before your eyes to teach you a lesson? Whatever it was, I hope I was there to give the order.
You must miss giving orders now that all your men are dead. Sure.
Foot soldiers of the Legion are trained not to have to think for themselves, to have conflict removed from their minds. They kill themselves to evade capture because they are not trusted to make such a decision rationally in the heat of battle. But I'm no foot soldier. I knew I could escape captivity on my own without revealing the tiniest iota of information to my captors.
Sounds to me like you were too gutless to follow Caesar's orders. Yeah, let's insult him.
I'll show you gutless, you sniveling bastard. I'll spill your guts all over this room.
Oh.
Is something the matter, Silus? You look upset. Here, maybe you'd better step out for a moment. You've upset him.
Oh.
Get away from me.
She's stuck.
Your friend is a miserable fucking degenerate.
I don't know. I thought she seemed like a nice lady.
Yeah, I'm a nice
if
person.
If we were on the other side of the river, I'd have her torn apart by dogs.
That's a long walk, Silus. I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's not.
You'd better just talk.
Your tactics are a joke.
If you don't like dealing with me, I can bring my friend back in.
Both of you can rot.
Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Apparently, Connie's really good at using her words. Way better than I am.
We don't have anything to discuss, worm.
You sure talk tough for someone who's afraid to die, but I want to know how a coward can attain the rank of Centurion. Well, yeah.
Coward? I've faced odds that would make your NCR soldiers wet themselves. I've led charges against men with guns, carrying only my knife. And I can tell you, it was they who feared me. But suicide is a weak death on a battlefield. It says to your enemy that you fear capture. It says if you're caught, you can be broken.
And if you can't go through with it, you look even weaker. So you were unafraid to cut any throat but your own? The second one.
You think I'm going to slit my throat for some megalomaniacal self-appointed dictator? I didn't work my way up to have it all be taken from me out of some irrational paranoia. Caesar's losing it. I believe that.
Really?
He's been shutting himself in his tent. Privately, he complains of headaches. Whatever it is, it's affecting his ability to lead.
Continue listening. I think I've heard all I need to. You've been very helpful. See, don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets? No, let's just keep listening because it sounds like he likes his position in the Legion but doesn't like Caesar, maybe?
Time was essential for my mission, but we waited 3 days for him to dispatch us. Another of his headaches. Does that sound like a man in command? He has an operative planted in this very base, but does he use his agent to rescue me? No. He's content to have the agent spend his nights radioing troop positions back to our base camp. He knows I'm here, and he's left me to rot.
Who's the operative? I think I've heard all I need to. You've been very helpful. See? Okay, first one.
I don't know. I know he sends intelligence by radio in the middle of the night. Sometimes that intelligence would find its way to my cantery.
I don't believe you. You're lying. Let's try the first one.
Then you're a fool. That man reports to Caesar on what I do here. The Legion isn't going to take me back. My only hope is to escape and disappear. But if I escape and he reports it, they'll hunt me down as long as I live. It served me to report him as much as it served you.
So he wants us to find the mole that's at Camp McCarran so that we kill him before he reports back that there's a captor, so that Silus can escape NCR and go into hiding. I feel like there's a lot of ifs and maybes. But yeah, see, don't you feel better now that you've divulged all those state secrets?
I hope the Legion burns your wretched body at the stake when they conquer this place. Nothing I could tell you would do anything to stop that.
You got something to say, or do you always look like that?
I don't know.
You did well. I don't know how you did it without putting a scratch on him, and I'm a little disappointed personally, but it saved the NCR some face. And it could save us more than that when all is said and done. I'm gonna talk to some people when we're through here. This is about double the standard fee we'd give a consultant, but from what I saw, you're more of an artist. So think of this as your commission.
Oh, thank you. How much money did you give me? 300? Okay, you know what? I'll take it. Every bottle cap counts, right? Goodbye.
Yep. See you around.
I'm just such a charming, wonderful person that everyone just divulges all their secrets to me. But anyways, I'm going to pause things here today. And in tomorrow's video,
count on that.
We will continue to wander around Camp McCarran because there's all sorts of things to still do here, I'm sure. But we'll see how all that goes tomorrow. So as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Fallout New Vegas video.